afternoon, Miss
Wait,
TV.
someone needs to record.
Yes, recording.
Okay, sorry.
Good afternoon, Miss TV and my fellow friends. Today we're gonna talk about the mural art that we find located in Shah Alam and the other places in Seremban. So before we start, I would like to introduce me and my group members. My name is Li Xin and she is Xia Yufei, Xin Man Chong, Yap Fo Mei, Lim Xiaoshi and Gabriel. Now I would like to invite Xia Yufei to talk about the mural art that we find located in Shah Alam.
The first mural art in Shah Alam is Single Mother. This mural art called Single Mother is about unconditional love from a single mother to the children. And the artist's name is Kenji Chai. He's born in Sandakan, Sabah. He's currently 20 years old and he studied in UiTM Shah Alam. And he previously is a graphic designer. He's now currently is a graffiti artist. His previous name is Black Friday. He called Black Friday is because he loves black color and his favorite day is Friday. And why he put Friday because he found that FRIDAY is boring, so he put it FRYDAY. This is from him. He said that skills can be learned, but positive attitude and self-motivation cannot be taught. Now I will pass it to Fong Mei to talk about the concept.
Okay, good morning, Miss Lee. My name is Fong Mei. The first concept of this single mother is non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is as in body movement. The single mother is carrying the child when trying to get a banana. As in, she is trying hard to raise the kid.
Raise the kid.
That's the second concept is promising. The mother is carrying the child with a very close distance. The third concept is perception.
Perception. Slowly. Slow down.
Slow down?
No, slow down. Relax.
Oh, okay. The third concept is perception. As you can see, the mother and the child has been a very common biological factor is the blue skin color. So it's very obvious that they are from the same species. Okay. The interpersonal communication concept is one of the concepts too. You can see that the love between the mother and the child. The mother is carrying a bag. So the dog is carrying a bag, but she is still trying to get a banana for her child to give him the food. So last is the non-verbal cue. As you can see the background, there's a book and the socks and the book, pencil and everything. Is presenting the life cycle of a kid, from baby to a kid and to a teenager and become an adult. The mother is giving her best to raise the kid and providing him the education. So mother is just like a superwoman. She will always be there whenever we need them. Thank you.
The second mural art is quick smoking. This mural art is drawn by Shafiq Rashid, and he's he studied in Bachelor Graphic Communication Design at Taylor's Design School. And last year he entered an urban art competition He entered urban art competition last year and he get the first place in 3D installation presentation category. He get 8,000. He won 8,000 ringgit. And he said that I hope this piece will inspire others to quit or cut down on the habit. And this one is the 3D lamps and made with the polyester material and using acidic econ pipeline like here. And as you can see, the left side is the healthy lung and the right side is the unhealthy lungs, is the smoker lung. And he drew this mural art to remind others to quit smoke and and to remind smoker smoking can cause illness and that smoking is also dangerous. I will pass to Chong for more information.
So I'll talk about the concept. First concept is mass communication. As we see the word there, it's like in the word and then it's sort of in written form. So it's like mass form. So the next is subjective perception and stereotype. So whatever he write there, he said that a smoker look healthy on the outside but not the inside. So it's as if it's stereotype that every non-smoker is healthy. So that is the stereotype he used here. Then the first impression. The first time you look at the mural art, you immediately understand that he's trying to make a comparison between the left lung and right lung, the healthy and not healthy thing. So that's the first impression to give you. The fourth is self-perception. So when you look at what he's trying to present, you look at yourself more about the healthy of yourself, and then you perception, and then you look into yourself more. So you will care more about your own health. That's the thing that you learn from the mural. And lastly, connotative meaning. He used red color and smooth surface to represent your healthy part, and here is more of a rough surface and blackish coloring. So that's the connotative meaning. That's all.
That we have known the two mural art that we find in Shah Alam, now we proceed to the Seremban mural art. Both mural art that we choose from Seremban is drawn by the students from Art Corridor Studio. The students mostly are just secondary school students, and some of them are in their early 20s. So the first mural art that we find is this vendor uncle. So I believe that we all have experienced this kind of activity during our childhood. We can see from the mural art, this uncle, he carry a lot of snacks or breads or ice cream with him, and he will cycle around the, not cycle, he will drive the motorbike around the neighborhood, and he will horn all the way around to get the attention of the neighbors.
Attention of the neighbors.
So that they will come out and buy from him. And this activity is seen a lot when we were younger, but now it's very rarely seen. So this mural art actually shows the cultures of our childhood. Now I will pass to May to talk about more.
So the key concepts that we can find in this mural art is first is perception, stereotype. So the vendor uncle with selling the dry food is being stereotyped. Like how we say it's stereotype. He's drawn as an old uncle. So that means we are assuming that the younger generation people would less likely take this job. Second, we can find non-verbal cues in this mural art from the clothing and the artifacts. From the clothing, we can see that this uncle is wearing very casually with just t-shirts and long pants. And it actually makes sense because his job is to drive around the neighborhood, so this type of clothing is more suitable. And the artifacts, which is the dry goods behind like the snacks, biscuits, or any breads, shows the type of business is doing. You can also find non-verbal communication, which is through his body movement and eye contact at the restaurant. For body movement, we can see that he's sitting on the motorbike with his body slightly slanted towards the left, facing his customers. And then the eye contact is when maybe like also his hand gesture, maybe he's receiving money or giving money to the customer, giving eye contact to the customer for like interaction between them. Then for perception, the first impression. The first impression that we can form from this uncle is that maybe he's friendly. Why would you say that he's friendly? Because even as a seller, he's not just giving the things to the customer, he actually turn and face to him. And we can see also from, if it's actual life, if the person wants to buy from you, you would like him to look at you. So maybe this is the first impression he wants to give to his customers as well. The last one is the channel. He practices face-to-face communication because his main job is to sell the dry snacks. So he has to go around, face each customer, interact with them. This is the type of communication he practices.
The second mirror art that we can find in Seremban is this Daun Sirih. So why we call it Daun Sirih is because you can see from the picture the three races, the three girls from different races, they will sit on a big leaf and then they will connect a rope to the leaf, and the other person will pull the leaf to bring them around. This is a game from the villagers. And you can see from this mirror art, they uses the space to create the interaction between the art and the visitors. Now I will pass to Gabriel to talk about the concepts that we can find.
We have narrowed it down to 5 different concepts. So starting off with non-verbal communications. So body movements and facial expressions. As you can see, there's 3 girls down here. They are smiling, so you can tell that they are enjoying the moment that they're having, and also the body movements of their activity that they're doing, which is the Daun Sirih. Secondly, it's stereotype and similarity. Stereotype and similarity is at how we stereotype these children. So we see them all as one, as the same as female children, and they're all like closely similar. Thirdly, that's proximity of space. They are very close together. They are that close that they are touching each other. So we can tell that they have a very close relationship with each other. And fourthly, intercultural communication is telling us there are 3 different cultures. So there's Chinese, Indian, and Malay, and it represents it in this mural art. And lastly is interpersonal relationship, which is affection. Affection is among these 3 friends in the mural art. So they have like this kind of like close bond between friends. They are like best friends since they are, because it also relates to space, and they are touching each other. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for our presentation. So thank you everyone, and do you guys have any questions?
Okay, thank you. Well done.